Good morning, yogis. Welcome this Saturday morning, 10:30 class. Welcome. We're gonna let some people trickle in. I want us to all bring our blocks or something to class today. We're gonna have a 30-minute kind of explosive experience. As we let people trickle in, I just want, grab all our blocks. Let's grab our blocks today. Find a comfortable seat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 10:30 yogis. I'm so glad that you guys could be here, setting an intention and setting a purpose for our Saturday morning. And I just want us to remember to smile today. God has made today possible. It is the third day of Lent for those that are practicing and celebrating. And I just want us to maintain our focus, right? And come to our light. So with that being said, we're just gonna wait for a few more people to come and join us. But I want us to all find a block underneath our butts and come into a nice hero's pose. Bring our feet out just about hips width apart. Our knees are either hips width apart or they're closed. Being wider releases some of the pressure off of your knees, and being close, you feel a nice stretch in your hips. So whatever it calls you today, but I just want us to find this little nice beginning to class as we find some explosiveness in our yoga practice. So with this feeling of stillness and feeling our sitting bones sitting on either the blocks or the floor, whatever feels nice, we connect to the breath, breathing in and out with just some stillness and some nice rhythm. We find the crown of our head reaching up to the sky, elongating through our neck and our back. We find our sit bones founded into the ground. As we inhale, we lengthen even longer through our spine. Find that height. And exhale, settle into the foundation. Hands are either in the lap or on the thighs. And we just breathe here. Inhale in and exhale. As we connect to the breath here, I just want to go through some things with class today. There's going to be a couple variations of different poses that we do. Find the pose and find the stretch and the excitement in your muscles that work for your body. Maybe we bring our hand to our chest and our other hand to our stomachs, and we feel our breath in our heart. As we inhale and exhale, feeling our bodies move in this natural rhythm. Our next inhale, let's go ahead and lift our arms up to the sky. And exhaling them down behind, either to our heels or right below our butts. And let's just lift our hips off the ground into a nice camel. Getting a stretch in the front of our legs and squeezing the butt just a little bit. Exhale ourselves back down to our hero's pose, and inhale as we just come onto our hands and our knees. All right, maybe we just do some ankle circles just to loosen our ankles back up. I want us to put our toes onto the ground behind us tucked. Let's just go ahead and stretch back onto our feet and stretch the bottoms of our feet out. Keeping our toes tucked, we feel a nice stretch in the bottom of our feet. Let's go ahead and inhale and shift our weight forward over our hands so that our forearms can get a little bit of a stretch as well. Let's do this a couple times. Breathe in and out, stretching the bottoms of the feet, and then shift the weight forward and stretch out the wrists and the forearms. Exhale back onto our heels, stretching out the bottoms of our feet. And maybe an inhale to come forward, stretching out our wrists. Bringing our spine back into a neutral position. We're here for our four-legged position. We're gonna untuck the toes behind us, laying the tops of our feet, our knees or hips width apart. We're gonna inhale our chest forward through our arms for our cow pose. And exhale, push the ground away for our cat pose. Inhale, shift the chest forward, shine the chest through, and we exhale, push the ground away, squeeze the core, and find some length between the shoulder blades. Inhale, shift the weight forward, shine the chest through, be strong with the arms and the chest, and exhale, push the ground away. Very nice. Come back to a neutral spine, and maybe we just shake our hips to the right side and then the left side. Feeling a nice stretch in the left and right glute, the side of our hips and our pelvis. Maybe we widen the stance in our knees to create a nice balance here as we just shift back and forth. Really nice. Go ahead and extend the legs out behind us into a plank pose with the elbows facing forward. Let's shift the weight forward and lower for our half push-up, our Chindasana, and then exhale all the way down to the ground. Nice. With our arms pulled into our rib cages and our hands next to our chest, we're gonna inhale and lift our chest up off the ground, squeeze the butt, the tops of the feet are into the mat, and we breathe here for a few breaths. Squeeze the elbows together and the shoulder blades together, but keep the shoulders away from the ears. So pulling them back and down should feel really nice here. And exhale all the way down to the ground. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes behind us. And we're gonna push back up into a plank. And we're gonna shift back for downward facing dog. Our first downward facing dog of class today. Let's go ahead and pedal out our feet. Straightening out the left foot and bringing our heel to the ground. And just bending the right. And taking a variation to both sides. When our legs feel nice and warmed up and loose, let's go ahead and find some stillness. And shine the chest down towards the thighs. Let's inhale, looking up. We're gonna walk our feet up to our hands. One step at a time. Take your time. Inhale for a halfway lift. And exhale for a forward fold. Very nice. Here in our forward fold, maybe we interlock our elbows with our hands and just allow ourselves to be very heavy here. Our head is dropped. Our knees are slightly bent. And we just feel really nice here as we connect to our breath. Dropping the hands, let's roll one vertebrae at a time, tucking the pelvis first, and then the lower back, upper back. The last thing to come up is our neck and our head. Let's inhale and take a nice circle above our head. And exhale, swan dive forward for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's plank the hands. And we'll step the feet back for our plank pose. And let's just go ahead and push back for our downward facing dog. Very nice. From here, we have a few sets that we're gonna do. I want us to either take the variation of lifting the right hand to the left shoulder, hold for a breath, and exhale it back down. Let's go ahead and shift the left hand up to our right shoulder, Take a breath and back down. Let's repeat this for 5 rotations. Very good job, everybody. Lift that left hand up to the right shoulder. Keep that chest pulling down towards the thighs. And feel it really dependent on that shoulder that's on the ground. Very nice. From here, we're gonna hold our downward facing dog for just 3 breaths. Really elongate out of the legs and shift the hips up to the sky and bring the chest to the thighs. Exhale, shift the weight forward for a plank. Shift the weight onto the toes, onto the forward, onto our arms, and lower for our halfway push-up. Hold it. And exhale all the way down to the ground, untucking the toes and laying our chest down to the ground. Very good. Let's spread our feet out nice and wide here. They should be onto the corners of our mat or maybe a little bit off. I want us to, with our hands planted into the ground, squeeze the butt and lift up. Very nice. And exhale back down to the ground. Take a nice breath here. We're going to try that again. We're going to go ahead and lift with our elbows pulling together and our hands into the ground. We lift the chest and we breathe really deep. Maybe we try and float the hands off the ground and we put them back down. Inhale, float the hands. And exhale all the way down to the ground. Very nice. Bring our feet back together. Let's just kick back into a child's pose. With our knees wide, we find a nice stretch in our lower back and our upper back here. Coming back to all fours. Bring our knees about hips width apart. Plant the left hand in the middle of our body. With the right hand, we're going to inhale, opening our chest to the right side and our right arm above our heads. Big inhale. And then on the exhale, dive the right hand through the gap between the left arm and the left leg, landing the right shoulder onto the ground. Very nice. Maybe we extend the left arm forward. And in this posture, we really want to make sure our right shoulder is tracking towards the ground. Our left shoulder is tracking forwards towards the front of our mat. And we find a nice twist in our thoracics, but we also find a nice stretch in our right shoulder. And maybe even our left as well. If you want to make this a little more active, go ahead and take an inhale and lift the left leg, pointing the toes down to the ground and really pressing through the left hand. If this isn't what you want, go back with your knees on the ground. That's okay. If you lifted your leg, go ahead and exhale it back down to meet the right. Bring the left hand back underneath of the left shoulder. Inhale to lift back up with the right hand extending up to the sky. And exhale, land the right hand next to the left. Very nice. Go ahead and take an inhale for a cow pose and maybe an exhale for a cat. Very good. With a neutral spine, we bring our right hand to the center and we just do the other side. Inhale, lifting the left chest and the left arm. Exhale, that left hand through the gap between the right hand and the right leg, landing the left shoulder onto the ground. It could feel really nice to put a block underneath the shoulder that's tracking towards the ground, just so you have something to engage with. Maybe we extend the right arm and really track the right shoulder forward and the left shoulder down towards the ground. Maybe we take an inhale and we lift the right leg, but make sure the hips are still facing the ground so that we get a nice stretch still in our left shoulder. If we lifted that leg, let's go ahead and exhale it down to the left leg. Go ahead and inhale our right hand underneath of our right shoulder. Take a breath. Inhale, lifting ourselves up, shutting our left chest to the left side of the room, and picking up the left arm. Exhale the left hand back down to the ground. Walking the hands forward, we're going to bend at the elbows into our rib cage and lower the chest all the way down to the ground. Very nice. Let's go ahead and widen our stance again with our feet, the tops of our feet into the mat. But make sure that they're either on the corners of our mat or a little wider. We're going to inhale and lift. And this time, I actually want us to extend the arms out forward if we can. Exhaling, bring them around in a circle to our backs into an airplane mode. And then inhale, come back to the front. Exhale, arms back, airplane. Inhale, the arms forward. Bring the palms back underneath the chest. Take one little stretch up, press into the mat, and exhale all the way down. Very good. Let's try that just one more time. Make sure we're squeezing the butt to protect the lower back and pressing the tops of our feet into the ground to create that lift. So butt strong, thighs strong as we inhale to lift. And we take an exhale. And on our inhale, we extend the arms out forward. Exhale, circle them back. Airplane arms. Press into the mat. Squeeze the butt. Inhale, the arms come forward. Maybe they're up or facing. Exhale, bringing them back for airplane. Inhale, back forward. Exhale, the hands next to the chest. Inhale, press the ground away. Get a little bit of length. And exhale, down to the ground. Very good job, everybody. Bringing the feet back together. Let's go ahead and inhale up. Four-legged position. And then with the knees nice and wide, sit back for a child's pose. Very good job, everyone. Let's shift our weight back forward. Coming back into a downward facing dog. We've been here before, but instead of bringing our right hand to our shoulder, we can try and lift the left hand up in front of our downward facing dog and down. If this is too much for you, continue touching the shoulder on opposite sides. If you want to try, just lift the arm up and keep the chest tracking down towards our thighs. Give a nice inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Try really squeezing the hips up to the ground up to the sky, excuse me. And that'll help create some lift in your shoulders. Let's find some stillness here. Really lift the hips. Bring the chest to the thighs. Exhale. Shift forward for a plank. Inhale, feel it. And we're here for a few moments. Find the strength. If you need to land your knees, go for it. If the plank is within your practice, let's just stay here and feel good about it. We're all working together. You're not alone. Trust me. And a big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower. Take another inhale on your way down. And then land the chest. Untuck the toes behind you. And this time, let's bring our forearms in front of us. Spread the legs out nice and wide. And just relax into this Sphinx pose here. Keep your shoulders away from your ears by pulling them back and down. And that'll create some lift in your torso. And come back to your breath. Remember, your breath is what's going to push you forward. Sounds like I should take my own advice, huh? On the exhale, shift the arms forward and land the chest and then the head with our arms extended over our head with our biceps outside of our ears. We find a stillness here in this extended pose. With our forehead into our mat, I want us to inhale our arms up and exhale them back into airplane mode. Stay here for a moment. And inhale back to the front. Stretch, keep them lifted. Exhale. Our arms back. If you want to press yourself, put blocks outside of where your arms are and work on lifting your arms over the blocks to create a nice rotation in your shoulders. So arms in airplane mode, forehead onto the ground, back is pulled back and down towards our spinal column. And we inhale, shifting our arms forward. Lift, exhale, back down into airplane mode. Inhale, shift the arms forward, lift, exhale, back into airplane mode. Last one, inhale, the arms forward, lift, exhale, land the hands in front of the mat, in front of our bodies. Find a nice stretch. Maybe we walk our fingertips forward to just get that nice stretch in our back and our shoulders. And we lie with our faces either on the ground or slightly hovered. Find some relaxation in this pose. Let's go ahead and inhale ourselves back up into our Sphinx pose. With the hands planted into the ground, nice and strong. Our chest is shining up. Our shoulders aren't forward or aren't near our ears. They're pulled back and down to lift the chest. Very nice. With our hands planted nice and firmly into the ground, I want us to try and squeeze the butt. Keep the feet out nice and wide, and inhale the right arm forward. Squeeze the butt. Exhale, back down. Inhale, exhale, back down. Inhale, really reach forward. Exhale, back down. Inhale, exhale, back down. Last two. Inhale, exhale, back down. Inhale, exhale, back down. Stay here for a few moments. Maybe we press into our hands and lift up onto our arms for seal, or we stay where we are. Remember, the shoulders are backing down. Shoulders are away from the ears. Squeeze the butt. Exhale, lower back into Sphinx if you were in seal. And shift the body forward so that our chest comes next to our hands, or shift the hands back to our chest. Find a nice breath. Tuck the toes behind us with the elbows pulling back towards our rib cage. We inhale to lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very good, everyone. Not easy for the shoulder workout today. Let's go ahead and take an inhale and walk our feet up to the top. One step at a time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rolling one vertebrae at a time, all the way. First comes the hips. Be very gentle here because we've done a lot of back bends and chest openers. So be very gentle coming up to rise and standing. Inhale, the arms up wide. Exhale, the hands through heart center. Inhale and exhale to swan dive down. Tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, let's go ahead and plant the hands. Step the feet back for a plank. And we're gonna hold this here for just a few moments. Breathe nice and deep. Land the knees if you have to, but if you don't think you have to, just try and last with me. I said bring your smiles today, so let's try and whip those out and give a nice smile to ourselves for working this hard on this Saturday morning. On our next exhale, let's push up for downward facing dog. Get a nice stretch in the legs, nice stretch in the back. Inhale, come back to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back to your plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, back to our plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back to our plank. Exhale, back to our downward facing dog. And let's hold this for just 3 breaths. Inhale, let's walk the feet up to our hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale for a forward fold, bend the knees. Let's inhale, just shining our chest up for Uttanasana or yoga chair. And our hands can come into our heart center because we've been working our shoulders like crazy. Very good. Our butt's back. Our back is flat. Exhale, bring the hands down to the feet. Inhale, one more halfway lift. And then exhale, let's find ourselves onto our butts. With our hands behind, our fingers facing forward, let's just go ahead and windshield wiper our legs to each side. Go slow. Feel really nice and good here. Find that stretch on the right glute and then the left glute. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff that smiles are made for. Let's bring our knees back up to neutral. And with our hands in the same position, our heels really pressing down to the ground and our full foot's on the ground. Maybe our toes lift up towards our head. And on our next inhale, we lift our hips and squeeze our butt for a reverse tabletop. Hold it here. Woo. Maybe kick out. Oh, woo. I got a cramp. It means I'm doing something that my body likes. But go at your own pace and find your reverse tabletop. Maybe extend the legs out and really squeeze the butt up. If you extended the legs, rebend them and land the butt as close to your heels as possible. Inhale, shine your chest up to your knees and feel a nice stretch across your front body and the front side of your shoulders. Maybe we exhale, round the back and bend the elbow straight back, but still squeezing together. This could feel really nice. Maybe we inhale and shine the chest back up. And we try again, exhaling back down and inhaling back up. When we're ready and feel good, let's go ahead and inhale, bring our arms out forward. Try and keep your heels planted next to your butt and slowly recline. Turn on those abs. Make this the slowest process you could possibly make. Try and cement your heels into the ground. Turn your legs on. Slowly lower. Your abs should be talking to you. Maybe even your glute and your thighs are squeezing to keep your legs on the ground. Hold off the ground for 6 seconds. For 6 inches. And breathe in and out. In and out. In. And on our exhale, we finally lower all the way to the ground. Let's go ahead and land our legs out long and wide here. And maybe we take our arms and extend them nice and up over our heads, or maybe out to the sides. Find this starfish just flopping onto our backs. Feel a nice stretch in the shoulders. Maybe if we want, we can even cactus our arms and let gravity do the work. Nice and open chest, everybody. Great job. Everybody say hello to Hannibal. He's been doing his downward dogs. He's starting to get professional at it. And with the arms coming down to our sides, we finally lay in our Shavasana, corpse pose, ending our class. You guys, great effort. Your shoulders, your abs, your back are probably talking to you right now. Listen to what they've got to say. Our intention for today's class was just finding a reason to smile. Maybe through our practice we found that. Maybe we didn't, and that's okay. But find something. Find something. It's out there. and give your light to it. Este sonrisa. When we're ready, let's go ahead and lay on our favorite side with the downward arm over our ear so that we have a pillow to lay on with our bicep. And when we're ready, you can come and join me into a easy seat. I'm gonna sit on a block because my hips are a little tight. Where we meet in our easy seat, crisscross applesauce. And we find our breath once again. Great energy and practice today, everybody. Well done. Kashmir, I see you liking that heart button. We love you too. And as we close today's class with the intention of smiling, I want us to just try and sit here in a nice big smile. Maybe we bring the left hand back to the chest and the right hand back to the belly, and just find the gratitude in the breaths that we take for granted. The way that we wake up. Just find the gratitude. And if we're done feeling a little silly, with our hands into our heart center, the student and teacher within me sees and respects the teacher and student within all of you. The light and the love within me sees the light and the love within you. Hands to our third eye. Namaste. Amazing work, everybody. Your shoulders should feel nice and alive and energized and just ready to go. If we're a little stiff, that's okay. We worked out and we really stressed some of our muscles that we may never have stressed before. I want us to take our time with it. I want us to maybe do a couple of very light stretches today. Don't try and overdo it. Don't try and do too much. If you find a wall and you can put your arm on it in a nice 90-degree angle, just find maybe a little rotation in there. Just, give that shoulder a nice stretch, a little bit of love today, because we have absolutely isolated it and targeted it. If you want to just grab under your armpit on that pectoral and just give yourself a nice massage as well. Having the arm up may feel good, or having it nice and rested might feel good as well. Just be very gentle with yourselves. That is not an easy practice. I do it every once in a while, but I think shoulder day was just calling for us today. So I'm glad you guys got to stick around and stick with me on through it. And thank you so much for coming. I'll be here for just a few more moments. So if you guys have any questions, great. I'm going through all the stuff. I see everybody. Hey, giving waves now. What's up, Crazy 8? Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Fantastic. Thank you guys for coming. I'm glad you had a good time. Mama's sweating. Good class. I love it. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy. Be blessed. Be happy. And remember to smile. Este sonrisas. I think I said that right. In Spanish for it is the smile. Absolutely. Love you guys. Thank you. Take care and enjoy your Saturday. Peace.